Hello, welcome to the Pursuit of Truth. It is the 3rd of August 2018, just some small things. This one I'm not too sure 100% with it, but I was thinking to myself about the way the globe looks, the way the picture of the globe that NASA provides for us, how it looks so smooth, so circular, and when we look upon Earth with our own eyes, with our feet on the ground, how the earth looks so, rugged. It's nothing. You couldn't say that the earth looks smooth. There's mountains and there's bits all over the place, and obviously, us humans have built all these buildings all over the place. So it's not really. It's up and down all over the place, isn't it? So it's just, I don't know. Maybe the thing is, maybe that is. Because it means everything's bending, because obviously it's a circular. It looks circular. I assume the core of the Earth is circular as well. I don't know why it would be circular, but just maybe as if you go far enough up, it will flatten out because the distance. So I don't know. It's just to me it seems very peculiar that both the sea and the land are bending all over the place, and yet we don't see it with our own eyes. I guess if it's big enough, you wouldn't see the curve of a land. The water, I still don't get that one, because obviously we know how water acts, and it is unable to bend. So that's a big sign. But I was just thinking about the land and how it looks so circular as well, despite having mountains and all sorts of things on it. And I was looking at this footage as well. It was on YouTube. It was an air balloon. They took a GoPro, but it looked like the actual lens was a normal lens. So I assume you can get ones without a fisheye lens. But it was very unclear because it was moving around all over the place. And I suppose the thing is that also there's a field of vision. The same with humans. We can see a certain amount, and it's the same with the camera. You can't, even if you went high enough up, unless you went really high up, so that you would get the whole globe, as it were, if it were, in the camera. But because I think it was at 80,000 feet, and it was very difficult to see, because it can only have a certain amount of field of vision. So it wasn't very clear. It's not like that. A lot of people, I think, they think when you take a camera up, or that you could see everything from one end to the other of the land, but cameras, just like eyes, have their limits. So I couldn't, it looked flat. Some people on the comments were saying, there's a bit of a curve there. I mean, I don't know how much curve you were meant to see at 80,000 feet, but they do say you shouldn't be able to see it under 50, isn't it? Despite those ships that they say are sailing over that bendy water. Anyway, that's the other thing was just things about lies in plain sight, as I like to call it, lies in our life that I've noticed, that I was thinking about. One of them, I'm switching electricity companies, so I was using Uswitch, and they go about this weird way of comparing your electricity companies, the one you're on and the one you're with. Now, obviously, I could have done it. If the problem is, if I had had the exact figures of electricity that I'm using, I probably would have got a better result. So, some of it is my fault. But the other thing is that, because they were saying, that at the end of it, putting in the figures, how much I was paying, that's how much I put in, and, that kind of thing. So they worked out that, oh yes, you would be saving £200 or whatever if you choose this other one. And it's bullshit, because the real way you can tell whether you're going to be spending more money or not is with the tariffs, and I don't know why they don't compare by that, because that'd be really, really easy. You don't need to know how much electricity you use. All you need to know is what your tariffs are, because then it doesn't matter how much you use, because that's the thing that, and I know, looking at the tariff of the one I'm using and the one I'm going to, the one I'm going to has a higher tariff. So how is it possible for me to be saving money? Because I think it was like, it was something like, was it, I'm going to try and remember the figures now, I should have written them down. I know that because I've got an Energy 7 thing, the night one was like 7p, and the other one was it 10 or something like that, and so the new one is like 13 and 7. So yeah, that's higher. So obviously I'm going to be using, I mean, I don't care, because the one that the company that I'm with, the new one that I would have gone to, was like 17 and 10. So that would have been even more expensive. Maybe they were, well, because I was thinking, well, maybe they're just comparing it to that new one that I would have been going to, but it's not that, because they actually asked me which electricity scheme am I on, and so I gave them information for the one that I'm on currently. So that's what I mean. It's all about, they want to generate business, and they're doing it in a way that you think, oh yeah, I'm saving money, but you're not saving money. Well, I will be saving money from the new policy I'm going on, but that's not what they were checking. But why don't they just check tariffs? That would be a lot easier. And they don't, all they need to do is say, like, which supply are you on? There's the tariffs. Which supply you're going to? There's the tariffs. There, you can tell how, it doesn't matter how much you're going to use or not. It's based on the tariffs that you're spending upon. So it's just another one of those ways of companies misleading you or lying. I don't know which one you want to call it. And the other thing I was noticing was with doctors, how in life we play these roles, in the sense that an NHS doctor will see you for something, and they will say, no, unfortunately NHS can't get you funding. This has personally happened to me. Well, not to me, but to my wife. Well, both of us really. And the doctor will say, no, we can't, the NHS can't give you funding for that, blah, blah, blah. And then this is the same doctor, you'll be able to see him in his private clinic, which is in a different hospital, yeah, and he will be the same doctor, and he will be able to offer you the same treatment, but at a price. How crazy is that, really? It's the same man in the same get-up, just one. He can do the thing. He could do the thing, but what it's really about is who will pay, whether the NHS will pay or whether you will pay. How is this so crazy when you think about that? He actually has to sit in a different place, or he has to be a different. He's the same man, the same doctor. So it's not about whether he can or can't do it. Yeah, he can do it, but who's going to pay for it? What a crazy world we live in, yeah? It is totally crazy. Anyway, that's all I've got. The other thing with the electricity, I forgot. The one I'm with were objecting to me leaving, because they say I've got to pay a termination fee, even though Uswitch said I wouldn't have to pay one because I'm only 15 days left of that contract. And the new one is, unfortunately, is not going to be giving me my new supply to the 23rd of August. So there's like a gap between the 7 days. And I was asking them, why, I'll see what answer they come back to. Why does it take you 3 weeks to change over? Because surely the same electricity is going to be given to me, no? They don't have their own generators, all these different companies. I don't know how that all works, but I assume there's a generator that the government owns, and then they're actually giving me the electricity, but it's just who the money's going to. So I don't know how that system works, but I know they don't have their own generators, do they? So why is it taking 3 weeks? It's not like they're going to have to come and change pipes and electricity cables and this, that and the other. Same service, same electricity is going to come, it's just who's going to be picking up my money. So it's going to take them 3 weeks to do a handshake, to an electronical handshake of passing over data. 3 fucking weeks. So I have to pay 1 week of the expensive, standard rate or whatever it is that I'm with, assuming they don't. not object to me leaving. Like, what do you mean you object to me leaving? Fuck off, yeah, it's up to me. Oh, of course it's not, is it? Because you sign a contract. Yeah, your contract finishes in 15 days. Yeah, then I'm free to leave, yeah? Thanks for that. It's just so crazy, this world we live in, and this is just a few examples, and I know everyone who listens to this, everyone else will have their all other examples, how crazy the world we live in, you know, the lies that we live within. Anyway, take care, take it easy, God bless and peace.